Hey everybody, welcome to part 2 of Freedom Planet 2. Ah crap, it's the new guy.
What's with these kids? Has the Magister lost his mind?
You are in no position to question the Magister's judgment, Ascal. Their service has been invaluable to the kingdom.
Service? They're barely out of their diapers. What can they do that I can't?
They saved us from the brink of a Tri-Kingdom war several years ago. He trusts them.
Well, do you?
That is a really good question. But hey, at least Nira backs them up slightly now. Kind of. She still hates Carol's guts though. But yeah, for the next level, Lady Nira is going to take the helm, as she rightfully should for situations like this, and her playstyle is a bit unique, but I'll get more into that when we actually start to control her. And if I do sound different than before, then yes, I do have a new microphone. I bought it for like $100 off Amazon. Hopefully it fucking works. But yeah. Anyway, here's Mila's shop. You can enhance your character's abilities by using potions that Mila forges through alchemy. Some are good, others are decent. A few will bust the game to your favor. But let's not pussyfoot around. We actually got choices as to where we go next. Something that's new in the Freedom Planet series. I wouldn't call it a franchise just yet. Let's start with Sky Pirate Panic. Stealing from museums is that easy on this planet, really?
There's been an attack on the museum! The culprits stole Pengu!
Pengu contains an extensive database of our history and culture. Much of its knowledge has yet to be deciphered. It must be recovered at all costs.
Gong, I really would not call that an attack. It was more like a break and entering. But, yeah, here's Nira. Apparently tired because she just started the mission. But, yeah, here's her in action. Now, if Carol is the character that attacks multiple times and does damage over time, Nira is the character that only needs one good swipe to actually destroy somebody. A lot of her attacks are slower, has a bit more animation frames put into them, and for some reason she has an ice gun into her staff. Oh wait, she always had that. But you can use the ice staff to freeze enemies and kill them in one shot. The freezing does not work with every enemy and especially with bosses, so you want to recognize which enemies you can freeze and kill, or which enemies you just need to swipe away at. Which is honestly a distinction without a difference because some of Nira's attacks are absolutely devastating if you connect with them. Oh, and especially if you have the attack up potion. Dude, she's the boss killer. Even more so than Carol in some points because Carol is a bit more of the punch character. Nira's a bit more calculating. Another thing that I noticed with Nira is that most of her attacks have not necessarily invincibility frames, but super armor frames. No other character has this. Is basically, if you get attacked and you're attacking, your attack still goes through, you don't get interrupted, but you still take the residual damage. Which does add to Nira's boss killer tendencies because no other character has this ability. Not even Carol, just Nira. Now you don't want to get too carried away with this. You may not be flinching, but you still take damage, and that affects your rank. And if you take too much damage, you die. And that affects your rank even further, because this game is hard. Actually, in a way, Freedom Planet 2 is both simultaneously easier and harder than the first game. You do have options to make the game as easy as you want it, which was something that was not in the first game. However, you don't have to take those options, and some of the attacks in this game are, let's say tracking based. They just home into your character, especially on later levels. Oh god, oh god! You do not want to get crushed in this game. Crushing is still a one-hit kill. In fact, crushing and another attack that I can't say without spoilers are the only two attacks in this game that will deal instant death. Everything else hurts a lot. Falling into pits in this game spawns you back with less health. Drowning, I don't necessarily count drowning as an instant death because it takes a while for you to drown, especially if you're Lilac. Because, you know, half water dragon, half something else, maybe a hedgehog, who knows? They never specify what the other half is. Maybe Lilac is a cat too. But wait, no, she's not green, she's purple. We don't know. I'm guessing that's a secret that will be unraveled in the eventual Freedom Planet 3, whenever that comes out in like 30 years. Hopefully before GTA 6. No, that's not gonna happen. Hell, we might get Red Dead Redemption 3 before Freedom Planet 3. That's how screwed up the timeline is. Anyway, getting back to the game, we are at the second part of Avian Museum, which looks like space paranoids from Tron. Actually, pretty cool effect in the background, I like it. But then now that begs the question, was this always here? How the hell did we even get here? Did Kevin Flynn just come to Avalis to build this technology and warp us here? And why are there Yoku blocks here? Now this is becoming more like Mega Man X. Nearest attacks does take some... It looks like I could have been crushed there, but fortunately I did not. Or is it, what I was going to say is Nearest attacks does take some getting used to. Mainly her upwards and downwards specials. Now the downwards one is fine because it does have an AoE, and if enemies run into it they take damage, but the upwards one you need to carefully time it. The Tundra Ray is basically a tornado upwards, and it sticks her in place, but it does a lot of damage if it connects. That belongs to the museum, you cannot take that, but we need this for research purposes! You know, I could see Nira just collecting albums just because she's secretly into... I don't know who the newest musician is, 9 Inch Nails? Yeah, let's go with them. Or Nirvana. Yeah, she's a Nirvana fan. Secretly a Nirvana fan, though. She can't lower herself to admitting that. God damn it, let me have this thing! Now, if you get stuck inside the Yoku blocks, or disappearing blocks in this case, I don't know what you call these in Freedom Planet, but if you get stuck inside their hitbox, you just get stuck for a little bit. You don't take damage, you just get frozen. And I'm guessing that's to prevent the collision detection problems, or clipping even, because the first game was pretty bad about characters clipping into the environment.
That's the bot that trashed our house! I think the time for talk has passed. Cut the head off a snake and the body dies.
I certainly like Lilac's version of the boss fight better. You destroyed our house, you jerk!
Besides, this situation needs a more delicate touch. This is for trashing our house, you jerk!
She was a little bit pissed off. Kind of. Sort of. Just a little bit. Anyway, this boss houses the most annoying character in all of fiction. I guarantee you that. But the boss fight itself is not too bad. The monkey bot will stay above the character for the most part and attempt to swipe its claws at you. It also has lasers. This is a good opportunity to get acquainted with the dodging mechanic. And also, if you're Nira or even Mila, you can cheese this boss fight no problem because they can actually aim upwards with their attacks. Lilac and Carol, actually Carol can cheese this too because of her jump disc, so Lilac kinda has a harder time with this boss. Her Dragon Boost does not aim straight upwards. Now here's phase 2 of the boss fight. Basically the monkey bot gets a bit more erratic, but that's about it. So yeah, Nira's a beast. She is, let's say my third favorite character. I like playing as Lilac and Carol the most. And then Mila is, unfortunately, dead last. And we're gonna play as her next. Will Mila be better in the sequel? Well, we shall see. Damn, that stage took 6 minutes?
So the criminal mastermind has been revealed. You're under arrest, child.
You broke my buddy! My friend! How could you? We were just having fun!
Desist with the tantrum and tell me your objective. Why did you attack this museum?
Do you even know how long it took to fix the microsensor bracket? I installed a high-fidelity amplifier so I could eliminate all the IR interference and use it right from the control pad! And it had a flush mount and a high-data IR encoder and a microsensor audio and wide-angle reception and a bicolor light too! And I could even use it in the sun because usually IR interference is unbearable!
See why I hate this character?
Wake up, you buffoon!
Nira!
What is it, General? I'm interrogating the culprit.
It was a bunch of dang sky pirates what stole Pangu. The airship's over the seaport right now, but we can't bring it down.
You have the might of an entire naval fleet behind you. Must I do everything?
I'm not a playable
I
character.
suppose I must. Stay calm. I will be inbound shortly.
Dummy, 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 dummy! You fell for it! I've heard about fossil fuels, but this is ridiculous.
I can foresee this going so bad for the hero so quickly, everything's gonna fall apart. Anyway, here's the airship Sequata, and here's Mila. Mila Bassett. She is the playable character of all time, I will say that much. Now, she is better in this game than she was in the first game, mainly for the fact that she can melee without her phantom cubes. What the I forgot that can actually be a thing. Riding on cruise missiles? Be damned. Mila wants belly rubs now. That can be explained. Mila has multiple animations to her crouching. Belly rubs is one of them, and for some reason Galaxy Trail decided to choose the belly rub animation for riding the rockets. Why? Because it's the funniest thing animation-wise in this game, right next to Lilac's backwards running animation. Oh, and Carol's SpongeBob face that you're probably gonna see at the end of this video. And that I'll probably make the thumbnail of this video too, because it's just that marvelous. Just like one of the companies that published this game. Anyway, Mila Bassett is, trying to think of a good character to compare her to. She's kind of like a mix between Kirby and Yoshi from Mario. Mila can float in the air for just a little bit, so she's nowhere near as extensively powerful as Kirby. But she also has beam attacks. There are a couple of different levels to this. If Mila does not have a cube available, then her beam is short range and kind of weak. However, if you do summon a cube, then Mila's beam becomes larger ranged and a bit more powerful. You can aim the beam in any of the 8 directions, but once you shoot the beam, then the cube goes away and you have to respawn another one. It's as simple as pressing the dodge button, really. Who's that guy in the background think he is? Batman? I'm Batman. I stand on top of airships because I think it's cool. No, wait, that's Spade. But, oh yeah, Spade's in this game. We'll see him later. But, there's another thing that Mila has, and that's her shield. Nope, not an elemental shield like everybody else gets, but a personal shield. Mila can spawn a green shield with the press of a button. And the shield is good at blocking out a good 80 or 90% of attacks. It does not block everything, though. Like with the boss's fire, I doubt Mila's green shield could actually block all of the fire because there could be an opening somewhere. So the shield is good for lasers and bullets and stuff like that. This is never gonna get old. And yeah, this is purposeful on Galaxy Trail's part. They chose this animation. Because you crouch, it takes Mila maybe a good 3 or 5 seconds to actually go into belly rub mode. Here on the rocket, no, instant belly rubs. No other character gets that special animation. Okay, maybe Carol with her SpongeBob face. And Lilac's running animations. Nira, unsurprisingly, plays it straight most of the time, even though some of her straight man animations are still kind of goofy in some way. Yeah, this game definitely has charm. There's one thing I will say that this game does better than the first one is the character look, or I guess the art style. This game has a more definitive look, whereas the first one has a more of a Sonic look, which makes sense because it did start out as a Sonic fan game, but still. The characters in the first game were misproportioned and a bit cartoonish, whereas in this game, I'm not going to say they look realistic, but they look more mature than what they did before. The characters' head shapes are nowhere near as big as they were before. That's definitely a holdover from Sonic, the big heads. Which works for that series, but for Freedom Planet, where, yeah, everything is still relatively lighthearted, but it does have some edge to it. Looking at you, Torture Scene. I kind of expect Freedom Planet to have a more edgier look. Well, maybe not edgier, but definitely more mature look. And this mature look works. I actually like this art style now. As you can see on the health bar, I got Mila a full shield, which I kind of overcompensated on because I got the shield potion from her shop. You see what I mean when I say that this game is kind of broken if you get certain items? Do I feel bad about it? Not necessarily, because I'm still having fun playing the game. Is it overpowered? Yes it is, especially if you have Nira or Carol with the attack up potions. Or better yet, a Carol that can be equipped with a potion that increases health every time you attack. Now that's busted. Oh, Birdman returns. He's pretty much the same as the first encounter. He may shoot out a couple more harpoons than usual, but that's about it. The only part that's extremely dangerous is the fire that spreads. But that's the boss fight down, and wouldn't you believe it, we have another boss fight. But if you're Carol though, you can skip the next boss fight. Reason being, well, Carol has family, blood, kin, Ohana even. Yeah, it's one of those situations.
Hello? Pangu? Are you having a nap?
Whoa there! Throttle back, Tiger.
Excuse me? Ma'am? Why are you being such a meanie butt to Pangu?
Let me bring you up to speed. The name's Corazon, captain of the Sigwada and mercenary extraordinaire. In the flesh. That Pangu of yours is a real sweet piece of hardware. You stole it from Perusa. We're here to steal it back.
Pangu is our friend. You can't have her.
I figured you'd say that. Then it's time to kick the tires and light the fires!
I just destroyed your Firebird though. Anyway, here's Corazon, aka Cory. Cory in the house. No, it's not like that. Cory follows a super predictable pattern where she jumps around the screen and shoots her spread shot. Whenever she shoots her gun, she is stuck in place like an idiot, so that's your opportunity to strike her. So the pistol is useless, but she does have other attacks like trying to ram into you, which is just as easy to dodge. So, kind of a pushover for a boss fight, but this may be for a reason. And also, like I said earlier, you do not fight this boss as Carol. In fact, in Carol's scenario, I think Cory just talks to Carol and then she just willfully gives Pangu back to Carol. Or something along those lines. The other three characters fought Cory. Carol does not have to fight Cory because sister privileges. Even though those sister privileges will go away after a certain point. Does that cloud have a face? Some of these backgrounds are surreal. Anyway, that was Cory in the house. No, she's not in the house, but I kind of wish she was. Anyway, where's Gong in his goddamn backup?
Pretty impressive. I actually got a little beaten up.
This girl the last of them? The mastermind, I presume.
Hey guys, kept you waiting. Huh? What the heck, Cory?
Carol? Is that you? Well, ain't this a Charlie Foxtrot of a situation? Sorry, sis. Another time.
Cory!
After her!
A decoy. Clever.
I must reluctantly agree. For a wildcat.
But look! Pangu's back! Yay!
I guess that's something to celebrate. Carol, was that your sister?
Yeah, honestly, I'm totally weirded out right now, so...
Sister or not, this was an attempted robbery of a major historical artifact on Shangtuzian soil. Airspace. Both. The Magister will hear of this.
The ports have been ghosted, milady.
Excellent. And the Pangu drone?
Too much downtown action. We had to jink out of there pronto.
Unfortunate. Remember, Feline, I cannot guarantee the safety of you or your family unless you have properly fulfilled your duties.
Yes, milady.
The drone will be ours, eventually. It is only a matter of time.
Yay! She's awake!
Scanning location. Good evening, sir.
Hey, the museum got trashed, so this place is your new home for now.
Location set as home.
Now turn into a dragon!
Invalid command.
Sorry, kid. Her dragon mode had to go. Didn't want to scare the museum staff in case someone
accidentally messed with it.
Boo. Lame.
I'm totally okay with that. I'd hate to fight that thing again. Though I kind of miss riding it.
I've informed the Magister of today's events. That woman is now on the official terror watch list for all of Shang Tu.
That's probably for the best.
For the best? That's my sister we're talking about.
The watch list is designed with the safety of Shang Tu and its citizens in mind. Your frankly nebulous familial ties don't even come into it.
Whatever.
Congratulations, Corazon. You are now officially a terrorist. Damn, that's rough. You know, Nera is actually the most logical person in the room, but she's also kind of a dick. The first game did not help with her dickishness at all. And same with Carol. But the sequel ironed out some of those personality flaws. Sort of. But the sequel does, however, try to mentally traumatize Mila by bringing the aliens back. Yeah, Serpentine's back. And Serpentine is probably the best villain in this whole entire game. Even more so than Murga. He is funny as hell. But I have all the cards! And the way they do Serpentine in this game is pretty genius. Not gonna spoil it, but it's pretty genius. Anyway, I'm going to listen to some time capsules.
This is our final message. A message that we leave for the future. Although we will respect the wishes of your people and allow our influence to pass into legend, there will come a time in your history when you must learn the truth. When we were stranded here, we sought desperately to return to our world. We wasted countless years trying to find a way home, but we are no closer to an answer than when we started. We decided that helping your civilization survive and prosper was a more efficient use of our technology. We have condensed our energy reserves into a physical relic of extraordinary power. With proper care, you may one day use it to travel to the stars, to find the answers that we alone could never find. If you wish to know more, you'll have to access our internal database. I pray that it is still intact by the time you receive this message. May the winds of time carry you for eternity.
Three years have passed since the invasion that almost destroyed our world of Avalis. Brevin, the intergalactic warlord, had planned to steal the Kingdom Stone, source of energy for all our world's technology. With the help of Lilac, the Water Dragon warrior, and her friends, we drove back our alien attackers. But the scars of war remain. The Kingdom Stone has been shattered, its fragments scattered into the very air around us. Remnants of the alien attack force haunt us still, striking us at our most vulnerable, leaving us in a perpetual state of turmoil. The world of Avalis needs hope, but more than that, it needs heroes.
You start the game with 2 out of 15 time capsules, and if you want the true ending to this game, you have to get all 15. How do you get all 15 time capsules, you may ask? Well, you have to do the Battle Sphere. And what is the Battle Sphere? Oh, you'll find out. Only the baddest of bad dudes can do the Battle Sphere. Wait, does this include ladies too? Because we're technically 4 ladies here. They should definitely update their advertisements. Anyway, where's the tavern here? Oh, there's a tavern. This big burly dude is Eskel. Sergeant Eskel. He is the leader, or at least one of the leaders, of the Shang Tu Army. And he and Nera Lee seem to not like each other. Or they disagree on a lot of things. I guess you could chalk it up to both of these people are the most prickly characters in the whole entire game, so there you go. But it also seems like Eskel does not trust the Magister like everybody else does. I wonder if he knows a secret or something. Like the Magister is hiding something really important. Anyway, you can talk to Eskel at the bar in order to get a little bit more information on his background. Not much, but just a little bit. Wait, did he spell Gong wrong? Like General Gong? Or is that another person that's named Gong but it's spelled differently? I really don't know. What's Carol's face there? Carol's the queen of faces in this game. It's kind of stupid. But, yeah. Askel is voiced by Christopher Sabat of Dragon Ball Z fame. And he he is the most decorated voice actor in this whole entire cast next to Don Bennett. Well, probably more so than Don Bennett because he's been in more stuff. But yeah, Christopher Sabat. Great voice actor. This whole game has a lot of great voice acting, actually. Let's stop by the shop to see what's up. So we beat up a robot with a kid genius inside its GUI center, and we found out there were 2 Carols. Mila, that's her sister. You should know this. That's not a clone. Anyway, here are the items for the shop. You can get stuff like strong shields, the accelerator, and the attack up. This stuff will give you the edge you need to win combat scenarios and get around stages easier. For Mila, I gave her strong shield since she has considerably less health than the other 3 characters. What you need to buy these with are gold jewels, and in order to get those, you need to exchange with Plano. I mentioned him in a previous part, but Plano is this big grayish looking bear, or probably a big dog, I don't know. But you exchange robot parts and crystals with them. Our naval fleet's in shambles thanks to that sky pirate. Gotta rebuild the shipyards from scratch. Don't worry, our forces may be down to half strength, but Shang Tu will be protected. And that's good to know. Anyway, let's exchange. For Plano's gold gems, you need either 1,000 crystals or 20 robot pieces. Plano's not cheap at all. Now let's get back to Mila's laboratory. Oh, I'm sorry. El Laboratorio de Mia. Which begs the question, there's a Spain and a Mexico on Athelis? Just like there's a Korea in Final Fantasy VII? I don't get it. Anyway, for the next video, we're going to enter the Battlesphere. Well, kind of. We still got 2 stages before the Battlesphere, so I'll see you guys for part 3.
Does this map screen thingy get TV?
Do you hate Mondays like we do?
Yes.
Then come on down to the Battlesphere for Mayhem Monday! Face down the awesome power of our BattleBot Brigade! And don't forget about our knuckle-busting Battle Royale! Where fighters from all around the globe duke it out for a chance to win the grand prize! Are you a bad enough dude to survive the Battlesphere?
If you are, you'll face me, Captain Kalau!
Must be 13 years or older to apply. The Battlesphere is not responsible for death, dismemberment, injuries, or hair loss of any kind. This advertisement is brought to you by Mayor Zhao and Zhaoland Entertainment Corporation. Grand prizes are subject to change at the discretion of Mayor Zhao at any time and are non-negotiable. All entrance fees are non-refundable.
Enter now!